Welcome to the Weekly Try, where this week we will be trying to go to bed early and sleep for about 8 hours every single night.
Yes. How many hours would you say that you sleep now?
6.5 maybe.
Okay.
On a good night.
My timings are pretty bad. I've very consistently had terrible night's sleep.
I get really bored when I'm trying to fall asleep. I'm just laying there and going, I'm so bored. This is so boring. I could be doing so many different things right now and I'm not. So what will the rules be?
Rules will be that you've got to allow yourself a good amount of time to get those 8 hours. So if you're just in bed trying to get to sleep and you can't, that's fair. But if you went to bed later and you didn't give yourself enough to have 8 hours, that's not fair.
Let's go see how this goes.
So now I'm going to change my alarms. I do kind of get a little bit of a lie-in tomorrow. I have an appointment here in my hometown, so I will have to rechange it again for the rest of the week where it'll be a bit more accurate. I've got to be out of the house by 9:15, so I will start my alarm at 8. That means that I have to be asleep by midnight. I have about an hour where I can in fact use my evening to do a bit more editing of last week's video.
I personally have mine to say that I want to wake up at 7:30, so that means I need to go to bed by 9:30. It is now almost 10:30, so I should probably watch some videos, then turn off my electronics and start getting ready for bed so that I can try and be asleep by the time 11:30 rolls around.
Let's see if I can get these 8 hours in. Night-night.
Did you know that humans are the only mammals who willingly delay going to sleep?
So night one, I think I fell asleep within about half an hour. So I would have fallen asleep before midnight, and I woke up on my own at about like 6 or 7 and thought, great, I can fall asleep again. I still feel tired, but maybe I'm still catching up on the lack of sleep from last week.
So I'm showered and dressed, and I did wake up early today, so I haven't had a full 8 hours of sleep, but I did try and stay in bed for the 8 hours. I think I woke up because I was listening to an audiobook last night to fall asleep. I do this almost every night, but I think it got to a part where they were just shouting or something, and I woke up. But I did have a decent sleep, and I do feel quite rested, so hopefully that's a good sign.
Did you know that 12% of people dream entirely in black and white?
Day 2, apart from my full day of work, I then went straight to a dinner meeting which lasted till 9:30, and then I came straight home and I had a headache for like that entire meeting, so I am definitely looking forward to some good rest tonight.
Did you know that there is a direct link between your sleeping position and your personality?
So I woke up, showered and got dressed, and I'm still in time, but I'm running a little bit late because I tried lying in a tiny bit. Not the best idea, but I was still tired when I woke up, so I guess I maybe didn't go to bed early enough yesterday to get my full 8 hours.
So I think I got to bed giving myself about 7.5 hours sleep. I was just dreaming a lot, really vivid dreams about vampires and like terrible things. So I don't feel like that was at all restful. I woke up feeling like I'd run a marathon. Couldn't even snooze because when I woke up I realised I hadn't done presentation slides for this morning, so I'm actually at work really early, no one's here yet, still feeling tired.
Did you know the record for the longest period without sleep is 11 days?
So tonight is a little bit different because I have a visitor. So I'm not sure if that'll have an impact on my sleeping pattern or anything like that. Hopefully I'll be able to get my full 8 hours of sleep and see you tomorrow, well rested and all of that.
Felt tired today. I have felt tired both days, more so than when I usually get like 5 hours sleep. I'm attempting to go to sleep a bit earlier tonight and have a shower in the morning, because I never shower in the morning. I never give myself enough time. Today I got up and I gave myself 18 minutes to get ready.
Did you know you go through multiple sleep cycles a night, lasting about an hour and a half each? And so it would make more sense to sleep for either 6 or for 7.5 hours instead of 8.
So here's the thing. Last night I definitely did not get 8 hours of sleep. For the last decade I have listened to music before I've gone to bed. It's just what I do. And so I put on 2 songs. Then I really liked the second one, so I thought, I'll just play it again. And then it was midnight.
Did you know that it's not uncommon for deaf people to use sign language in their sleep?
So last night I didn't get as much sleep as I would have liked. I got woken up by Spud a few times because he is a little bit of a restless sleeper, so that wasn't probably a full 8 hours. I also woke up early again. I think it's just like my circadian rhythm in my body goes by 7.5 hours. For now, I am going to bed, so I will see you in the morning.
I did not want to get up this morning. I think I went to bed a little bit late yesterday because Elena got home late and we talked a little bit, and then it was suddenly 11:30, and then I was like, oh crap, this is when we're supposed to go to sleep, not go to bed. And now I'm tired.
Good morning. That sleep was okay. Well, I think I dreamt. I definitely think I dreamt. But I don't really remember it, so it wasn't as vivid as the other nights have been. I still had to snooze all my snoozes, but I'm not feeling as tired.
Did you know that ideally you would be falling asleep within 10 to 15 minutes of going to bed? Otherwise, you might be sleep deprived. So I only just got home and it's currently 11:10. I should be asleep within the next 20 minutes. And I don't think that's going to happen. Seeing as tomorrow's Saturday, I might also be able to sleep in.
Good evening, good evening. I was going to do this whole proper bit to camera, and then instead I stayed up late with Aaron, swiping on Tinder, Bumble and eHarmony, and it was hilarious. It means that now it's kind of late. It is in fact 1:05 a.m. And that's all for Friday evening / Saturday morning.
Did you know that the sensation of falling when you're half asleep and jerking yourself awake is called hypnic jerks?
So we just tried sleeping for 8 hours a night for the past week. How did that go for you?
It was a surprise, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually sleep maybe 5 to 6 hours and everyone is horrified by that. But I think I managed at least 7. What about you?
Yeah, I've been sleeping for 7.5 to 8 hours. The thing
Okay.
is, like, I would wake up after 7.5 hours because that's what I usually sleep, and then I would try to sleep for that extra half hour, and it just like messed me up.
I mean, I was still snoozing. I usually snooze anyway, but now I was snoozing while in the midst of these like really vivid dreams.
Okay.
Like it was just really disorienting because I would fall back to sleep and still be in the same dream.
That's interesting because I hardly dreamt. I think I dreamt one of the nights.
In some ways, this has shown me some good things. It's shown me that I can fall asleep much quicker than I thought. I can fall asleep within half an hour, whereas I used to think that it took me hours to fall asleep.
I'm the same.
Yeah, you're the same?
Yeah.
At least I know that now, that I don't need to be worried about it. I can just get in bed and go to sleep. But it just feels like it was too much sleep for me. Maybe it's just a personal thing. So I guess it's a bit of a redundant question to ask if you're going to like keep this weekly try of sleeping 8 hours.
No.
I don't think either of us are.
No. You're gonna go back to 5 hours. I'm gonna go back to 7.5.
I think I need to get more than 5. Rather than 5, I'll aim for 6 hours of sleep, always, and then hopefully that means that I cut out the dreaming part of this, but I also will then feel okay and
Rested, yeah.
throughout the day, yeah.
So I guess we learned that it's not about the amount of rest you get, but the quality of rest you get.
On that note, I guess that's it for this week's weekly try. I hope that you enjoyed this video and maybe it's influenced you in your decisions about your sleep, but what are your sleeping habits and how long is the perfect amount of sleep for you?
Leave it in the comments below and make sure to give this video a thumbs up.
Yeah, let us know what other things that you would like us to try. We've obviously got our own ideas, but we'd like to see what you would like us to test for you.
Make sure to subscribe and we will see you next week.